Today we're going to take a look at a Beatles song on the guitar. It's from the White Album. It's called Blackbird, and it was written by Paul McCartney. Now when he wrote this song, he made it sound quite difficult, but it's actually simpler than it seems. So if you're a beginner guitarist who has just started kind of no longer feeling the pain in the end of their fingertips, and you've got a few scales and chords under your belt, now this is a great opportunity to kind of take that next leap, try something a little more challenging. It's got a bit of a complex picking pattern, this, and that's kind of going to be the hardest part of the song for you to grasp, but then it's got some nice simple chord voicings up the neck. And the beauty about the way that Paul McCartney wrote the song is he took chords that are ordinarily quite hard to play, like a C bar chord or a D flat diminished seventh chord, and he turned these into two-finger chords with a couple open strings. And what that's done is really made this an accessible guitar piece with some really beautiful chord voicings and open strings. So let's get right into it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to find our G chord like this. You might play the G chord like this. We're going to simplify it. We're just going to take our third finger, we're going to put it on the third fret of the sixth string, and we're going to do a pinch pick. So we're going to use our middle finger and our thumb. Our middle finger is going to pinch the second string, and our thumb is going to pick the sixth string. So at the same time, then we're going to flick with our index finger on the third string. Okay, so it's going to sound like this. Practice that a few times, really get it, because that's going to come up a lot in this song. After that, we're going to get an A minor 7th shape. Again, we're going to simplify it. We're just going to take our index finger, we're going to put it on the first fret of the second string. We're going to pinch flick with our thumb now on the fifth string. Okay, so together, G, A minor 7. Now we're going to move up to a B minor chord. This is a simplified version again of B minor. We're going to take our ring finger, put it on the third fret of the second string. Our first finger is going to go on the second fret of the fifth string, and we're going to use the same pinch flick. Okay, so all together we've got this. After you do that pinch flick on B minor, you're going to slide up all the way to the 10th and the 12th fret, keeping that same shape, but the ring finger has extended one fret. So somewhere between that B minor and the 10th and 12th fret, I am moving my ring finger up a fret while I slide. So that's kind of tricky. You might need to practice that a few times, just landing on the 10th and 12th fret. So once we've slid up, we're going to do a bit more of a complex picking pattern. It starts the same as our original pattern. We do the pinch, flick, but now we're going to go pinch, flick, up, thumb, flick, up. Okay, so I'm going to do that again. Pinch, flick, up, thumb, flick, up. And when I'm going up, I am using my index finger again. I'm picking up with my index finger. Or you could think of it as a little strum. Okay, so before you move on any further, practice that over and over again until it's really smooth, because that picking pattern is the basis of most of the picking in the entire song. Once you've got that picking pattern together, let's try the introduction. From the beginning, it sounds like this. Pinch, flick, pinch, flick, pinch, flick, pinch, flick, up, thumb, flick, up, pinch, flick, up, thumb, flick, up. So now we're going to get into the verse. The verse is where the singing starts. It starts exactly the same. We got G, A minor, B minor, up to the G chord. Then we're going to go down, and with that same shape, we're going to play it on the third fret and the fifth fret to play our C major chord. And we're just going to do the pinch flick. Then we're going to play what's our D flat diminished 7. Feels like kind of an awkward shape to begin with, but you'll get used to it and then it will feel more natural. You're going to take your middle finger, put it on the fourth fret of the fifth string. your index finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string and pinch, flick. Notice now I'm pinching the 1st string, so I've moved my middle finger down a string. Okay, so I've got C, D flat diminished 7. Now I'm going to go up 2 frets and do the same thing to get D, E flat diminished 7. So altogether that was. Now I'm going to go up to what is my E minor shape. My E minor chord, usually full, or that's E minor 7, full bar chord shape. Now we're going to remove the bar chord. We're just going to use 2 fingers. I would suggest using your middle finger because of what's coming next. You're going to need your index finger. Use your middle finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string. Use your ring finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. Pinch, flick. Okay, so we're actually going to do the picking pattern on the E minor. So it goes like this. Same picking pattern as you learned before. And now you're going to drop down the fret on the 5th string to the 6th fret to get your E flat chord. Okay, so we've got do the picking pattern on E flat, and then you're going to go D major shape that we learned before to your D flat diminished 7 shape to your C major shape. That's a lot to remember, so let's go back to the start of that and just review. We had C, D flat diminished 7, D, E flat diminished 7, E minor picking pattern, E flat major picking pattern, then we go D, D flat diminished 7, C picking pattern. Okay? Now, if you want the sheet music or the tabs to play along with, I'm going to upload that to a separate page, and for a small donation you can get access to the sheet music for this lesson, and that's really going to help you if you want to read along to the music and play it. You won't have to go back on the video all the time. You can actually just look at the tabs and remember what's coming next and kind of read ahead, and those will help you a lot. So if you want to get access to those, look for the link in the description below, and for a small donation you can get access to my tabs. Okay, so after we do the C picking pattern, we're going to go to C minor. So all we've done is we've dropped our 2nd string fret down to the 4th fret from the 5th, and I'm using a different finger for that. You'll notice I went C with my pinky, and then I dropped it down to my ring. You can also use the ring and just slide the ring down. Now we're going to go down another fret to the B minor. Same shape, just down 1 fret. A new one, A7. So taking your ring finger, putting it on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. Same picking pattern. A minor 7, we learned at the beginning. And then G. Okay, that was a lot, so let's review. C major, D flat diminished 7, D major, E flat diminished 7, E minor picking pattern, E flat major picking pattern, D major, just pinch flick, D flat diminished 7, pinch flick, C picking pattern, C minor picking pattern, B minor picking pattern, A7 picking pattern, A minor 7 picking pattern, G picking pattern. All right. This next part of the song only happens twice, once at the end of this verse and once at the end of the song as the outro. We're going to go to C, do the pinch flick, then B minor, pinch flick, A7 with the picking pattern, A minor 7 with the picking pattern, and then back to G. So it would sound like this. So the next part of the song is the chorus. It's the part that goes like this. Okay, so you notice it ended the same way as the introduction started, but it started on an F major chord. Notice that every time I have a major chord, it's the same shape. 2 frets apart, F starting on the 8th fret, 5th string, index finger, and then 10th fret, 2nd string, ring finger. We're gonna go pinch flick, down to our E minor, pinch flick, D minor, pinch flick. I don't think we've done that one yet, but same minor shape on the 5th fret. Then you go C major, B flat major, so that's the major shape on the 1st fret, 5th string. You're going to do the picking pattern on B flat major, move back up to C major. Okay, so all together that was F, E minor, D minor, C, B flat major, C major. Repeat it. Then go to A7, A minor 7, G. Okay, so after we've done the chorus once, we go back, we do an instrumental verse, another chorus, and then that chorus is going to end with this little part here. Okay, so that part has what we call a ritardando in it. We slow down the music. So listen to it. Listen to how it slows down here. And then I just hold. Okay, so let's look at that part. We've got the same as the introduction. G, A minor 7, B minor 7, picking pattern up at G, do it twice. Then we're just going to pinch, flick, slow down, pinch, flick, pinch. Hold it, and then we're gonna slide out. So just do a pinch and a slide. After that, we've got this little part, similar to the introduction, but we're gonna walk down halfway through. We go G, A minor 7, B minor, C major, B minor 7, A7 picking pattern, A minor 7 picking pattern, and then we're back to G. When we get back to that G, we're going into another verse. We play that verse, and then we're back into a chorus. Now this chorus ends a little bit differently. Has this part tagged on to the end. Does it 3 times. Last time. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. And it ends on that G chord, the same place we started. Okay, so let's look at that last part, last tag on the last chorus. We've got C, pinch flick, B minor, pinch flick, A7 picking pattern, A minor 7 picking pattern, and G picking pattern. Does it twice. So one more time. Then it does it again. But this time on the G, it just goes. So we go thumb, and then with index finger and middle finger, you're gonna pick at the same time, 2 open strings, the 2nd and 3rd strings. And there you have it. That's the entire song, Blackbird by the Beatles. If you've enjoyed this content, if it's helped you learn guitar, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on bell notifications, because that's going to help me reach you with my future content that's going to be similar to this, all about learning guitar. Thanks for tuning in this time. See ya.